Welcome back to Embracing Stories, where we dive into tales that surprise, inspire, and stick with you long after the screen goes dark. Today I've got a story that's a little different, a blend of fame, love, and a life you'd never expect. It's about Emma Watson, the actress we all know as Hermione Granger, living in a tiny, crumbling house with a husband decades older than her. How did she get here? Why would a star like her choose this? Grab a cozy spot, and let's unravel the story of Emma Watson, the famous actress, her old husband, and their poor little house. Here we go. Emma Watson, born April 15, 1990, in Paris to British lawyer parents, needs no introduction. She burst onto the scene at 11, charming the world as Hermione in Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. 8 films later, she was a global icon, raking in millions, gracing red carpets, and advocating for women's rights as a UN Goodwill ambassador. She starred in hits like The Perks of Being a Wallflower and Beauty and the Beast, proving she was more than just a child star. By her 30s, Forbes pegged her net worth at $85 million. Emma had it all: fame, fortune, a degree from Brown University. So how did she end up in a shack with a man old enough to be her grandfather? Let's set the scene. It's 2025 and Emma's 35. The tabloids are buzzing. She's vanished from Hollywood. No premieres, no Instagram posts, just whispers. Then, a grainy photo leaks. Emma outside a ramshackle cottage in the English countryside, holding hands with a man who looks ancient: white hair, stooped shoulders, a cane in his grip. The internet loses it. Who is he? What's she doing? The truth, though, is stranger and sweeter than anyone guesses. Meet Harold Grayson. He's 87. A retired clockmaker from a village called Little Thicket. Harold's no celebrity, born in 1938. He spent his life fixing timepieces in a shop so small it barely fit to customers. He's got weathered hands, a gravelly laugh, and eyes that crinkle when he smiles. Emma met him in 2023, not at a gala or a film set, but at a flea market in Oxfordshire. She was browsing for vintage books. Her latest passion, after stepping back from acting and Harold, was selling an old pocket watch. "Seen more years than I have," he joked. Emma grinned, and something clicked. They talked for hours that day about time, stories, the way a good book or a well-made clock can hold a piece of someone's soul. Harold was a widower, his wife gone a decade, his kids grown and scattered. Emma, fresh off a breakup with businessman Brandon Green, was craving something real away from the spotlight's glare. She'd told Vogue in 2023 she felt caged by fame, longing to be at home with myself. Harold, with his quiet wisdom and no clue who she was, offered that. She kept coming back, first for tea, then for long walks, then for him. By spring 2024, they were in love. It wasn't Hollywood romance, no grand gestures or diamond rings. It was slow, steady, like the tick of Harold's clocks. Emma loved his stories of wartime England, of crafting his first watch at 16. Harold adored her her rants about equality, her laugh that filled his silent house. Age didn't matter, connection did. In a secret ceremony that Decembered just them, a vicar and Harold's tabby cat, Mavis, they married. Emma didn't tell the world. She didn't need to. Now, the house. Harold's cottage in Little Thicket is no mansion. It's 200 square feet, top sleeky roof, creaky floors, walls thin as paper. He bought it in the 60s for a song, raised his kids there, and never left. Emma could have whisked him to her $3 million London flat or her Malibu getaway. But she didn't. She moved in her designer coats, swapped for old sweaters, her heels for muddy boots. Why? Because this was home, their home. Life there's simple and tough. No Wi-Fi, no dishwasher, heat from a wood stove Harold stokes with shaky hands. Emma's learned to chop firewood, patch leaks, even bake bread in a dented oven. Harold teaches her clock, repair her nimble fingers threading gears he can't hold anymore. They share chores, stories, quiet nights by a crackling fire. Monty's Emma's fortune sits in a bank, untouched. "I don't need it here," she told a friend. "This is enough. The world calls it poverty. Emma calls it peace." Of course, the world didn't get it. When photos hit in early 2025, Ma in overalls, Harold hobbling beside her, the press went wild. "Has she lost it?" they screamed. "Is he after her money?" Some dug into Harold's past clean as a whistle. just a humble guy. Others mocked the house Hermione in a hovel.
Out!
But Emma didn't flinch. In a rare statement on X, dated April 8th, 2025, today she wrote, "I've never been happier. Judge if you want, I'm living my truth." And that was that. Let's rewind a bit. Emma's always been more than fame. She graduated from Brown in 2014, championed gender equality with Heifers, took a year off acting in 2016 to grow. She's turned down roles like Cinderella that didn't fit her values. By 2023, she told Vogue she was done with Hollywood circus. Harold was her anchor, a man who saw her, not the star. Living poor, it's her rebellion, her reset. She's not broke. She's choosing this, trading glitz for grit. Their days are full. Emma paints canvases of the sky over Little Thicket, sold quietly to fund repairs. Harold tinkers with clocks, gifting them to neighbors. They've taken in Stray's 3 cats now, plus a one-eyed dog named Pip. Villagers adore them. Mrs. Tully brings soup. Kids trade drawings for Emma's stories. It's not glamorous, but it's real. Harold's health wobbles, arthritis, a weak heart, but Emma's there, steady as ever. Proving love isn't about age or wealth. One night Harold asked her, "Don't you miss the lights, the fame?" Emma shook her head. "I had that," she said. This is better, and maybe she's right. She's not Hermione, not Belgius Damara, wife to Harold, keeper of a poor little house with a big, beating heart. The world keeps spinning movies, headlines, but here, time slows. It's theirs, measured in laughter, in paint smudges, in the tick of a clock. So that's Emma's story, not a fall, but a rise to something truer. She traded stardom for a shack, youth for wisdom, and found a love that defies every script. What would you give up for happiness? Drop it in the comments. I'm dying to know. This is Embracing Stories, signing off from Little Thicket, where the poorest house holds the richest life. Thanks for watching.